Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Conservation Commission meeting for October 15th at 7:05. This meeting is being recorded. First on the agenda, public hearing, 0 Wallen Lake Road. Is anybody here to present?
Yeah,
Do you have the notice from the newspaper
I do.
and the abutters cards?
There's the notice.
Thank you very
And the letter
much.
cards.
Thank you. Legal notice for public hearing, Town of Douglas, Conservation Commission, 29 Depot Street, Douglas, Mass. The Town of Douglas Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing for ASD Wallam, Mass. MA Solar LLC on Monday, October 15th, 2018 at 7 p.m. in the Municipal Center, 29 Depot Street, for work to be done pursuant to the Town of Douglas Wetland Bylaw and the Wetland Protection Act, Mass General Law 131, Section 40. The proposed work location will be done on 0 Wallen Lake Road and involves confirming delineated wetland boundaries. Okay, and who is here to present?
I'm Jeff
Name?
Brandt from TRC. I'm here with Maria Furstenberg, a wetland scientist,
Hello,
and Lawrence Cook from AMP.
thank you.
We're the owner.
Okay, great. All right. Where would you like to start? You want to give an overview and then the game
Sure.
plan from here?
Sure. So, we're the environment consultant for AMP, and we've been looking at the site for a while now, assessing the environmental resources there and the wetland boundaries. And we've delineated the wetland boundaries, and then after that, we became aware of another set of previously delineated boundaries, which kind of brought us in here to kind of confirm our boundaries.
Okay.
This is a map, a plan of the site. It's I believe like a 41-acre site, and it's surrounded on the north, west, and south by wetlands, which add a buffer from the neighboring properties. And what we want to do is have the consultant that you're hiring go out with our consultant and just to go over the boundaries and agree on things. Or if there are issues, we can go over them and figure that out.
Revise the line.
Yeah, yeah, so, and then our goal is to build a solar facility that's not within jurisdiction of the Wetlands Protection Act at all, to stay away from the wetlands, stay away from the wetlands buffer zone, which is 100 feet from wetlands. So if you draw like a line around this, it actually shows up here. There's a 100-foot line that goes around the site where we'd be within those boundaries. And we'd come before the planning board to go over the project and go through that process. So but before I do all that, we want to know exactly where they are. And
Yeah. So
and
this is
agree
for
with
an NRAD, correct? Okay.
yeah. So that's the story. We understand that you want to hire someone and there's a fee, and so we brought a check to pay you so you can pay them.
Right.
I think that's how it
Fabulous.
works, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
we
I
can
take
correspond.
checks all day long.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I
Forget.
can give a little back history on
Yeah, sure, Steve. Why don't you give a little back history?
So back in 2004, the original ANRAD was done for the proposed subdivision. As you see on the TV screen, there's an actual subdivision that was approved, and with the subdivision, this ANRAD, and for the audience, an ANRAD is abbreviated Notice of Resource Area Delineation, so this public hearing is just to show the wetlands, and then where the wetlands, and then have the commission approve the wetland line. And then after that happens, they'll file again for any work within our jurisdiction. If he stays out of it, they don't have to file again. If they do, they would have to file, to show any proposed activity. But this is to show where the resource areas are on the site. And so when I looked at his proposal and the 2004, which is a certified wetland, which was submitted, and then at the time, B&C Group, the consultant for the commission, reviewed it and approved it, so it was scrutinized. So when they came in, there's a little bit of significantly different delineation of the wetlands. I actually had him submit a plan that showed both of them at once. I don't know if he has that.
I do, yeah. So
And might be good to see. So The old one had some logging roads, it was logged at one time. Maybe the resource area and the hydrology has
You can pass
changed,
this
so
around.
to do a due diligence, we're gonna have an outside consultant again go out. His wetland consultants, our wetland consultants, they're both gonna walk the entire site again, review what they came up with, our guys would review it, any discrepancies, and they'll come back and give an update to the commission,
Thank you.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know of any physical alteration that's been done to, like, let's say where that roadway lies out? Has there been improvements on that roadway?
I don't think that roadway exists. It's just a paper road.
Yeah, I thought there was a cart path.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
there's an existing cart
Right.
path there,
Yes,
so,
yes.
did the wetland scientist walk it? If you wanted to speak a little bit on that.
Different wetland scientist
Oh, okay.
actually did the delineation at this site.
Oh, okay.
But I have talked with him extensively, he wasn't available this evening.
Okay,
And he had noted that there had been logging activity at the site.
okay,
And if you look at the plan we have up there as well as the one that we passed out, he did a number of documentation plots within the areas that were previously delineated as wetland. And the vegetation and soils that he was finding were indicative of upland areas, not wetland.
okay.
So the areas that he was able to do are marked on there.
I think you
On
see
where?
those, like, these yellow dots on this.
Oh,
Yeah,
area
so
further.
nothing near the cart path. Have you seen this, right, this portion right here and this portion, he didn't do any soil testing?
Yeah, it looks like he didn't do
Okay.
a documentation
Okay.
plot there,
All
but
right.
he did do documentation plots in the northern part where there is also a pretty significant difference.
Yeah, where that intermittent stream is. Okay. So, I think moving forward, we'll have Art, and then, he's gonna meet with their consultant, right?
I would recommend they meet with their consultants, so that way they.
Is
if they have
that
any-
good
they-
with-
Yeah, they.
Is that your coworker? You Work
Yes.
with him? Okay.
Any disputes, they can handle it at the same time,
Mhm.
expedite it, and, you
Mhm.
know, and come up with what the two experts think is the appropriate line. I
Mhm.
mean, the art is very good, I'm sure your consultant's very good. So-
Mhm.
Yeah, it's also been 14 years.
Okay.
This, do we know who this came from?
Them.
Cheers.
So
Yeah,
I
they
asked them-
overlay, the one that they flagged, there's the legend right here.
Yeah, I saw that. But it would imply that if you stake everything out bordered by the red lines, that's all part
Red
of
line
what
that
we're
is the
talking about?
boundary line, yeah.
There-
The
yeah,
red
that's the
line
property
is
line.
the property line.
The red line here.
Okay.
Okay. Any comments from the audience? This is a public hearing. Does anybody have? Yes, sir, your
Yeah,
name
Richard
and
Forget-
address.
Richard Forget, 36 Birchill Road.
Yep.
I just wondered, does it have to be rezoned for a different kind of area? Like, because it's gonna be, I think it's gonna do a solar. Does it have to be rezoned for like industry or anything?
No,
Because it's commercial or anything?
no.
Because,
If we look at the bylaws.
yeah,
But that's a different
no,
board.
because it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
a different
batteries,
board,
there's gonna be
so-
batteries and, all
I
kinds
would
of things like.
point you to the building official.
Okay.
Building department?
Yeah, all right, just
Or you
curious
can
about that.
consult the zoning bylaws, they're online.
Okay.
Right, maybe to help out, so what other boards are you guys going to, will be going in front of?
So we'd be going through site plan review as part of the zoning process.
Right.
And it's zoned residential, and I believe that's the process you go through. And it's allowed, but you have to show and demonstrate why you comply with
Yeah.
ordinance.
You have that scheduled yet?
Excuse me, miss, if you could
Oh,
name
I'm
and
sorry,
address and
Denise
through the
Kinsley.
chair. Yep,
Denise Kinsley, 275 Baldwin Lake Road.
okay. What was your question?
Just wondering if that meeting was scheduled with the...
Oh, it will be a public hearing with the planning board, so same process as this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I don't think I have the date. I was just looking for that.
I would look on the website we'll have the agenda.
You'll receive another certified mail.
Okay.
It'll be advertised.
Reminder.
And,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yes, miss?
I guess I have a few questions.
Name and address,
Oh,
please?
sorry, yes.
That's okay.
Jean Lawrence, 119 Shore Road.
Mhm.
Could you give us an idea of what the expected impact is on the area? Like, how big is what you're talking about?
It's a different board.
And like, is it going to involve removing a lot of trees? And will it result in more flow of water down into, Wallem Lake area? Will it be visible from the lake or visible from the neighbors?
So first, they're determining if they're within our jurisdiction. So,
Oh, I see.
it's 100 feet from the flagged wetland. So if they aren't, then we have no control. They can clear the trees up to that 100-foot buffer.
So, yeah, so this hearing is to verify the location of the wetlands. And so they may or may not be back. So after, we're gonna continue this to November 5th. And both consultants agree that that is correct and they stay out of our jurisdiction. They may be done with the commission. You might not get a public notice that they're gonna come back. If there is some discrepancies and say they have some work within our jurisdiction, you might be back here to look at the actual project in our buffer zone. But right now, they're just kind of want to get a determination of where the wetlands are.
I see.
So where they are and who agrees on, you may or may not be back. They might stay, which would be good if they stay completely out of our
Yeah,
jurisdiction.
and then you would have the opportunity to
See 'em.
go to planning board.
And all the issues you're concerned with will be talked about at the planning board, like whether it'll be visible and impacts to wetlands and water and the environment.
Katie Grace, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna say again, with the wetlands impact, if it's determined that within the wetlands area and the project impacts, that's exactly the type of thing we'd analyze from a wetlands perspective. Again, if they end up being within the buffer zone of the wetlands.
October 23rd, I believe, is when the planning board will be.
Okay, thanks.
But it will probably be more than one hearing. So, well, see what happens.
Okay. And follow-up question?
So, I guess, I just wondered, because if it involved a lot of clearing of trees, and that involved the water flow, wouldn't that then potentially affect the wetlands, like the wetland, or wouldn't that still potentially be within your purview? No?
Not 100 feet away.
If there's a NIPD's permit or something,
Yeah,
right,
but,
planning board would.
yeah, I mean, though, that's what the planning board's gonna be looking at. So we can only protect and regulate within 100 feet of that flagged wetland, the agreed upon line.
And the-
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah,
Name and
Jean-
address, please.
Jean Forget, 36 Birch Hill Road. That has the line where the buffer is.
Yes, it
Okay.
has the 50 and the 100.
Okay, so after the meeting, we can go up and look at that.
Oh,
Yes.
it'd be great to be able to see this, thank you.
So the shaded one is where we've flagged the wetland. This hatch
Or you
line
can have
there
one too.
is what was previously
Thank
done.
you.
Okay,
Okay.
so I think we're good, board. We all set?
Any more questions?
Any more questions from the audience? Comments, anything? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for, yep,
I know
One
I
more
just have a question.
yep.
Again, Jean Forget.
Mhm.
This is the, you either said there's a stream. When you guys came, it was summertime, and it was very dry out there. Okay, if you go out there now, there's actually three streams that flow continuously. And that has nothing to do with the wetlands.
It does.
The soils should
It's soak up.
reflect,
Yeah, it's,
So the meeting that's going to happen between our wetland scientist and the town's wetland scientist is
Okay.
going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. It's obviously
okay.
relatively
Oh,
wet
good.
now, so we'll see it now.
Okay, all right, because I know when they went back there and I saw the one stream they marked, and then we went back after some of the rains came, and we took videos of the three different water streams. It's at least three, possibly four down there.
It's a good time for
I've
them to
seen
go
it,
out,
yeah.
Those
isn't
are
it?
very wet.
Yeah, and like I said, if you look at that map there, I think it's just about where they have the back, I think it's parcel 8 there.
Drive's
Buffer
better than
zone, I
mine.
think that's a,
very
maybe
top.
where the, that may be.
Yeah, there's,
No, there's a couple down in here too, so.
It's a very good site.
Okay.
What time?
Okay, thank you.
on
7
November
and
5th?
5th.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to continue the public hearing
Motion made,
for November 5th at 7 PM.
yes.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
thank you. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
And will they coordinate with Art on the timing?
I'll-
Yeah, we have his, I think it's on that cover letter of the proposal, so we'll get in
Okay.
touch with them.
You wanna reach
All right,
out?
good.
You guys
Yeah.
can reach out with and CC me,
We will,
and
yeah.
then,
Yeah,
Take it from
hopefully
there.
get it done by November 5th or before.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll let them
right
know
around the
that.
corner. Okay. 7:15 PM, public hearing continued, 41 Hemlock Street, James Suzanne White. Is anyone here to present that?
Yes, I
Oh,
am.
hi.
Hello.
Come on over.
Gene, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You left a couple messages.
Yeah,
Your phone is different.
is it?
Yeah, the number I gave the, we can talk after. You had a couple questions, I
We
think.
have
You know,
the
this-
revised plan, October 15th.
It was very confusing.
Okay.
Who's the applicant? Is that a name?
Yes.
And is this a different company?
Nope, it's all one.
It's all
name.
one
That is the name of the
Okay,
company.
it's,
You want to take a peek at that?
I'll be first.
Okay, name for the record.
For the record, my name is Bill Morris,
Okay.
project manager with Civil Site Engineering.
Okay.
I'm here to present the permit for the lot number 141 Hemlock Street. Margaret was here a couple weeks ago. I'm just going to go over the changes that you guys asked for. She had another commitment, couldn't make it tonight.
Okay. Very good. And we do have the revised plan
Yep.
also.
Okay. So, one of the things was narrowing the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Which is done. And then staking out the erosion control is another thing.
Yep.
And the well line,
Well, line was there, yep.
okay. And so that was the changes
And over here.
over here.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, there's, which is, I'm gonna go on a little
Oh,
further here.
okay.
This was there's a little more impact to the buffer because when we went out to refresh the wetland flags, we noticed that there's an intermittent stream here that used to run, it still runs a little bit down the street, but the town did some work.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to just pool up here and drain into Tinkerbill Brook. But now it diverts a little bit off to over here. So we went in and we checked soils all in here. And we ended up moving the wetland flags to over here. So it pushed us over a little bit. There's still only a little part of the project.
So you see the garage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was off a bit. So you checked these, Steve?
Yeah, I went
Okay.
out there, and like, I talked to Margaret over the weekend, and
Mhm.
and she didn't, she staked it, she had the new flags up.
Okay.
She talked to me why she moved it, which is honest on her part.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of mountain laurel and pretty thick in there too, so
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a good job. I think everything's outside the 50. And most of
Mhm.
the dwelling, everything's outside the 100.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some grading. The closest point for grading is looking like 1 inch is about 25 feet on this corner here. The top.
Yep.
Um,
Up here
right
is where you
here.
get the closest.
Okay, yeah.
You're really close there.
Where, I mean, no, because that's the 50. Everything's outside
Oh,
the
it is 50,
Yeah,
okay,
that's 50.
never
Nothing's in
mind.
that 50.
Where's the
All right, I thought it
And
was
the only
zero.
reason
Over
why
here.
they left a
Over
little bit
here.
of space there was
Yeah.
for maintenance.
Everything's outside
Okay.
the
Right,
50.
yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I stand
So there's
At
no
the
corrected on
hundred or is
that.
that the 50?
Okay.
the purple?
That is neither, that is the erosion character
Oh,
controlled area.
oh.
So this is, the red lines are the 50 and the 100.
So everything-
So
So it's
this
about
is
the
wetlands.
75.
Yeah, it's not even
Okay.
close.
Okay.
This is the 50,
Yeah.
this is the 100. So now the garage and part of the driveway is within the 100.
Okay.
This whole, you know, the
I would call
septic
this-
area and all this
Right.
work is outside.
Yeah, the closest thing's the well, which is temporary. Because they dig it and then.
Okay, anybody from the audience have any questions about this? No? Board, do we have any more comments or questions?
I don't.
Any special conditions we would like?
Yeah.
Our
In
usual?
addition to the standard ones, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
That we issue a order of conditions
Mm-hmm.
for 41 Hemlock Street, James and Suzanne White,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Motion's-
with the standard conditions.
Okay, motion's been made, seconded.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
Great.
Thanks. And did you want to join the board?
How did you know I was gonna ask about that? Did you, are you Brandy or are you Brandy?
No, Brandon left.
Neither one of
Neither
us.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is she still on the board?
No.
Oh, well, I had called her about a year and a half ago to possibly join the board.
Okay.
Is that why you said that, or?
No, I'm assuming
Oh.
no one really comes and hangs out with us unless they need
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, well, I wanted to find out what was involved, and actually, that's why I called you a couple of times, but then it turns out there was an issue right in my neighborhood that I was concerned about that I'd have to recuse myself from.
Right.
If yeah, so I did want to find out about that, but I don't know if I should ask you about that now or not. But anyway, so two things. One is I am kind of interested in joining the board. I wanted to know whether I have a house on Wallam Lake, but I have, my permanent home is in Rhode Island, so I don't know if I would qualify
I have to talk
Where
to.
do you vote?
in Rhode Island. So I
Pretty-
think,
Yeah, no. Unless you want to switch states.
yeah, switch addresses, right? Yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I believe it's where you vote.
Yes.
yeah.
Because
Because I could
the,
end up
Registered.
being here full-time, not full, I could make this my but right now it's the other way around.
Well, we would welcome you. You can even be an associate member if you don't, if you want to just dip your toe in.
Well, I saw that you needed members.
Yes. Yep.
I'm not trained really in environmental science. My husband was an environmental scientist in
Mhm.
Rhode Island, and I'm a scientist, but not a biologist. I have a general question. When you said that it wasn't in your purview because unless it was in a wetlands, I thought the Conservation Commission would deal with just conservation, not wetlands being a key part, but not the only part. Is that true, or?
You're talking about like
No.
conservation of land.
Yeah, like if
So,
you wanted to take down trees or whatever.
It's been determined that 100 feet is going to be able to protect
a
that
wetland.
wetland resource area. So we're not just going right up to where the flagging is. We have 100 feet for filtering of that runoff and for protecting the resource area. So you're getting upland trees within that 100 that are not sensitive, there's not protected species in there.
But what I mean is, like, say somebody wanted to put a smokestack on top of whatever,
Right.
wouldn't that come under your purview, or it has nothing to do with wetlands, but it has to do
More
with
zoning.
yeah, we don't do like clean air or,
none of
or,
that? Oh, I
or
see.
land use.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I mean, we generally obviously wanna promote these
Yeah.
kinds of
Yeah,
things
of
in a
course.
general sense,
Yeah.
but for legal reasons and what we vote on, we're talking about a wetland buffer
see.
zones. Yep.
Okay. If you have time, can I ask you a question about the thing near me, or is that
No.
not appropriate? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. That's all right. Yeah.
You can always call Steve though.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
talk to you
He's
after.
available.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're almost
Yeah,
done.
so I was,
Yeah.
that, I'm disappointed that if I don't, I can't.
Right, because in order to vote on a board, you need to be a voter in the town.
Yeah.
Because
It
these
makes
votes
sense.
that
You're
we're doing, we're
representative
representing.
of the townspeople.
Yeah,
Yep.
it makes sense. It makes sense, but you guys are understaffed, right?
Yeah,
Although you have 4 people now.
Oh, 3.
We have 3.
because Steve, even though he's our.
Oh, you're
our
the
engineer,
agent, yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
a voter.
And you have to meet once every 2 weeks, which is a lot.
All right. Steve, anything
Is-
you would like to discuss?
Is this the revised plan we were
Yes.
waiting for?
We
Yeah.
actually got we got a couple of photos from actually Shore Road. One of the neighbors was complaining about someone taking trees down on Shore Road.
Mm-hmm.
Madeline, I think. And also some photos about some drainage. I don't know, I just came in late today. There's also another one that there's some drainage across the street from them. They took some photos.
Yeah,
Just wanna
so
document.
we can look into this and then you can report back to us on the 5th.
Yeah.
If the board wants to take a look
This-
and maybe
This
visit
is
the
Zero Wallum
site.
Lake, essentially, right?
Yes, this is along Shore Road down the hill.
guy that we
So
just
since
talked
they
about.
happen to have conveniently given us this into
Yep.
one of these
Mhm.
properties just here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one, right?
Okay.
The double.
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which one's
It's
hers.
this
Oh,
one. Oh, hers is here,
South
this
Yeah.
is
Where the trees
the
are.
person that has written this to us.
Yeah, so it's her neighbor. He's saying right here, some trees were taken down, and then there's a drainage area across the street.
Okay.
I guess there's some dispute if it's
Mhm.
working or not, if they're, I don't know what's going on, so.
Hmm.
There's a letter.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, so we will have Steve
Yeah.
take a look, investigate, and report back to us.
Yes.
And you can feel free to drive down there and take a peek.
I'll leave these with Maria, so if you wanna stop by.
Do we have a marked? Is there a lake buffer zone as well?
No,
No.
Okay.
no. There's a riverfront area is what you're maybe
Yeah.
thinking
Yes,
of.
that's
200 foot, yeah.
okay.
That's it.
No, it's 100 from the bank.
All right. Thanks.
Is there a letter with this one too? This is it.
Yeah. Are they different?
Yeah, 2 different letters.
Okay.
It's there.
Sorry.
Oh. Okay, very good.
So we'll go look at it.
All right, anything else?
No.
Okay. Board members, anything else?
What do we want to do about these meeting minutes?
Did you have any time to review
No,
them?
no.
Okay,
We-
so
we-
let's do
I was
that
gonna
at the
say we
next
could
meeting.
Sit here and read them now, or we can take them home and
Yeah,
worry
let's
about
take
it
them
next
home.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes. Motion's been made.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Oh, nice meeting, geez.